Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Last episode we returned home from killing King Iravetti and we talked to some of our companions, finishing their quests. And now we came over to the Six Bears tribe because we have their that sword that Amiri stole from that dead giant. This one right here, and we're gonna return it. Amiri, you little thief, mortal fool, interfering in the affairs of eternal beings. It is time to return what was stolen. Shove it. Fine work. You surprise me, mortals. Your life is but a breath in the wind, a snowflake in a hurricane. But nevertheless, you can at times create something that will last through the ages. This sword is even finer than the one that was stolen. It's mortal pride. We leave this world, and so leave behind what was we created. That's Torag's teachings. Who are you? My name is Fionn. Once my brother Keen and I were powerful rulers of the First World. Together we were nearly equal to the eldest, but not quite. Eternal. Serene life in our land was not enough for Keen. He wanted more. He wanted to become equal to the eldest, and conquer new lands. First, he began to devour our subjects, drawing on their strength. And then he tried to do the same with me. As punishment, I banished his soul into the sword, which later fell into the hands of Amiri. Oh wow, so it was an enchanted sword. Why do you need this sword? It is the prison of my beloved, hated brother Keen, the murderer of family and friends, a ruler who dreamed of greater power, but who instead destroyed the people he ruled. You nearly released Keen by breaking the sword, and he may yet free himself, if the sword is not sealed. But do not be afraid, mortals. We have here everything for the ritual that will seal my brother and the sword forever. How'd that sword end up in Amiri's hands? My brother was very powerful. When I imprisoned him in the sword for his crimes, I created a very dangerous artifact. With sweet lies, the sword persuaded my servant to plunge it into my body. It drained much of my energy, turning me into this pitiful creature you see before you. A ghost, a shadow of my former greatness. My brother, in turn, used this power to escape into your world, but in this he outwitted even himself. Our strength is linked to the magic of the First World. We are far less powerful here than we are on our home plane. Once here, the sword lost its strength, even its ability to speak. It did not bring happiness to the giant who found it. It did not bring happiness to Amiri, who looted the giant's corpse. Having broken the sword, you nearly freed my brother, but now we shall seal it forever. Why did you haunt the Six Bears tribe? After I was struck down, a treacherous spirit fled with the sword into your world. Powerless, a shadow of myself, I followed it, for I could not allow its prisoner to free himself. I found the body of a giant who once possessed the sword. I found the bodies of barbarians killed by Amiri. I walked invisibly among the tribes, listening to their speech and tracing their thoughts, until I learned the sword's fate. I demand that the Six Bears tribe find the thief. This was only fair, for the sword was stolen by one of their own, and I would have it returned. If only Amiri listened to me at our first meeting, much trouble could have been avoided. But even immortals cannot rule fate. Everything happened as it happened, and now the sword is in my hands. Fair? They didn't even know what they suffered for. You punished innocents. Don't call this justice. A criminal's tribe always answers for him, so has always been and shall always be. There is no justice more ancient than this. What will you do now that you have the sword back? I will not avenge your theft. I never desired revenge. I only wanted to ensure my brother, imprisoned in this blade, would never break free. I once thought returning him to the First World would be sufficient, but now I realize this would not be enough. There's only one way to be sure. I will cast the spell of imprisonment once again, this time on myself. I'll place into the sword all my strength, which my poor brother so craved, and thus I shall share eternity with him. This sword will become our common tomb. After that, Amiri, you may keep the sword for yourself, but not before the ritual is over. What happens if you don't seal the sword? My brother will free himself. He is an endless storm, greedy, cruel, unpredictable. He will do great evil, and he will start with Amiri and her tribe. He remembers you well, but I cannot see his mind. Perhaps he will seek revenge. Perhaps you will become his plaything. Either way, you will not survive. Alright, begin the ritual. The end is near. There is almost nothing left of me. I am the shadow of a shadow. I am dust and ash. My power, my immortality. I give everything to imprison my brother forever. There is only one thing left. To finish the ritual, the sword must be plunged into the heart of a chieftain. I'll give my own heart, but I no longer possess a living body. However, there is another chieftain here. Do this, Amiri, and let eternity come to an end. Fionn spoke truly of the threat of his brother's release. I must protect my tribe. Do it, Amiri. I am ready. No. No, no, I won't do it. What is this? What should I do now? I have faith that we can destroy him. The ghost said he lost his immortality. Let's just destroy him once and for all. And when his brother appears, we'll deal with him too. Really? What's wrong with me? Hey, Ghostly, you're finished. No, you're mad. What are you doing? He will return. You will not stop him. Oh, we will. Fuck, you had to roll a 2, and you couldn't do that. Damn, he's pretty high level, though. I can give him that. Okay, they're immune. It's good that we tested with him and not, I mean with Valerie instead of Sienna there.
I grant you death.
She doesn't even use that bastard sword. Sucks ass either way.
Your death awaits.
There we go. It's just
Consider me provoked. Let us strike as one.
oh, there's one right here. I didn't even notice this one.
They go down.
Let's cast Divine Hunter Bond. It's interesting though that that barbarian is chaotic evil. He might be lying. That's my guess though, like because he is chaotic evil.
This should do it.
This is for you. Unseen.
You see? This is how me and my chief smash freaks and scum. If his brother come, he gets the same. We fear nobody, ever. Well, Chief, where to next? To the first world? Or right into the abyss? Together we can smash anyone and anywhere. Alright.
The way seems clear.
It was very simple. While we're here, let's look around for any loot that we just can't really get anymore. Like we got these 2 boxes here. I expected them to be locked. That was actually trash. Talk to Nyla. Myri, after what you've done, his brother will return and destroy us all. What, one more giant to be? Relax. Together with this girl, we'll send anyone into the ground. Oh, Myri, I see you found a chieftain to your liking. Nylak, you do not hesitate to sacrifice yourself to save the tribe. It's the act of a true leader. Thank you. It is an honor for me to hear your praise. A time of great change has come to your tribe. Everything changes. It's foolish to believe we can hide from the whole world in our icy mountains. We paid dearly for pretending that time doesn't touch us. I'm afraid the other tribes will pay even more. What are you going to do next? Let's go back to Numeria. We are not used to change. Even there, everything seems strange to us. But Numerian Kellids are not so different from the northern ones. We would not survive here in the River Kingdoms, even with your protection. Well then, farewell. Desna bless you. Look after Myri. Well then. So, let's just head back to the capital, I guess. We can pass time and see what happens. But I was hoping that we were going to be able to break the sword right there. But I guess not. Let's just head back to the capital. Where? Oh, there's my capital. I was like, where the fuck is my capital? I thought it was right next to the Sycamore Oak, but nope. I'm an idiot. You think that, like, episode what? This can be like 107? I would have known where the capital is by now. But it is what it is, I guess. We're never finding that throne. I'm pretty sure about that one.
I need to catch my breath.
Or if we do find it, it's gonna be a long time from now. So we don't have any
Instincts dull when I'm tired.
information on that throne yet. I do like my stool though. I'm kind of growing accustomed to this stool. If people come into my throne room and they're like, "Why do you have a stool?" I'll be like, "It's my favorite. I prefer it." There's a whole delegation from Pitax to see you. They're staying by the doors, scowling at each other. Looks like they're about to come to blows. Gaspier Liasenza, Your Highness, the old families, founders of Pitax, are grateful to you for sparing us of the usurper's tyranny. Allow us to assure you in our loyalty. None of the trade houses seek the Pitaxian crown, which is rightfully yours, of course. If it would please you to appoint a governor to oversee the city, all the four families humbly recommend me for this position. Your Highness, I think the Thieves Guild fully proved its loyalty by supporting you against Iravetti. We promise you our complete support, and a share of our profits, of course. If you appoint me as governor, your cut of the profits will leave you gasping. I appoint Gaspier Lycienza. I do not want the Thieves Guild there. Thank you for your trust. Allow me to pledge our allegiance once again, both mine and that of all the old families. Is that so? Very well. So we decide on the governor. Would you like to say anything to the visitor, or are they free to go? There's a whole crowd of them waiting in the hall. Guards, I sentence Karn for real to death. Take him. You won't get away with this. Do you hear me? The guild will find you. You'll be weeping blood. You'll eat your own guts. A wise decision, Your Highness. The city will be safer and cleaner without him. Lindsay, what's next on the agenda? You must decide the fate of the Academy. Finally, we're having something happen, though. Your Highness, I ask that you relieve me of from my post as headmaster of the Academy. After all that has happened, I'm hardly worthy of keeping it. For the first time, I completely agree with my respected colleague. And if you don't have another candidate for the position, please allow me to offer my services. I appoint you as the new headmaster of the Academy on Amade. Thank you, Your Highness. It is a great honor. Apparently I was right about you. I shan't disappoint you either, I promise. Thank you, Your Highness. Lady Bellavara, I wish you all success in your new role, from the bottom of my heart. Is that all? There's anyone else who can't wait to be seen? Who else wants an audience? Irsay Khaleesi, Captain of the Guard, comes to pledge allegiance to his queen. Your Highness, according to the tradition set forth by the first kings of Pitax, I have come to pledge my allegiance to the city and its citizens, before you and the crown. I shall serve Pitax faithfully and loyally, to my dying breath, and guard the peace of its streets. Aren't you confused? Why are you pledging allegiance to the city and not to me? Because that's the order, as set by the first kings of Pitax. The city guard has always served as a counterbalance to the trade houses, even whichever one presently holds the crown. We exist to guard the city's peace and prevent a bloody power struggle. That's why we answer not to the king, but to the people. I accept your pledge. Serve the city as you have before. Thank you, Your Highness. I must say, now that you so wisely spared the city of that scoundrel Carnivoril, it will be much easier to keep order. It is good to see that the new queen is a woman of honor, and her promises are worth something. Very well, I shall take my leave. Well, we're done with the guards. Who else is left? No one else. Well, what a day. I see it's not easy to rule. I'd rather break up a pack of wyverns than live through another day like this. You return the city to the old trade houses. Frankly, under all the velvet clothes and pretty words, they were just plain old bandits. But old and familiar ones, at least. I guess Pitax will soon go back to what it was like before Irovetti. Interesting. Let's rest here. We can probably do a little bit more before the end of this episode. Let's manage the kingdom affairs.
I move unseen.
Unrest improved to what? Riots, cool. Jesus Christ. I guess it's about time my book reached its culmination, or its finale. What the fuck is this? Messengers have arrived from, well, all over the kingdom, really. The bloom has started everywhere. Monsters have appeared in every forest, behind every corner, in every nook and cranny. What we went through before was like a bed of roses compared to this. If we don't do something, the kingdom will simply collapse. We learned a lot about Nyrissa while traveling through her dreams. I think she's almost done gathering grains of dust for her damn cup. Pitax has fallen, and your kingdom is the last thing staying in the way of her apology. She's done waiting. We need to do something, and fast. I think we need to head out on our most heroic campaign yet. We talked it over, and it seems like our best chance to reach Nyrissa is through the Thousand Voices, on the western border of Pitax. One of the densest wilderness in the River Kingdoms. It features a great variety of life and an even greater number of mysteries, okay? It's been completely overtaken by the bloom, and it seemed to be the place where the First World is currently the closest to ours. Lindsay again, with her big bag of words, and as helpful as ever. I know what to do. Go kick that green witch's ass. Bam, she's gone and we're heroes. Who the fuck are you? Oh, wait, I know who she is. She's Nyrissa's cousin. We let her come to our area. I was like so confused about her. It is a time of great woe, but of great hope as well. The path to the First World is open. This is your chance to reach my fallen sister and settle your dispute over the stolen lands, once and for all. Trouble at the gates of peaceful villages. I hear the cries of children, prayers for help, as though they were right here. Everyone's so serious. Pfft. Let me put it simply. We need to do some housekeeping, cut some lawns, burn some fallen leaves, and get rid of some vermin. Haha. The end time's near. My heart rejoices. It's all in our hands now. The threat may be great, but you've been fighting Nyrissa for a long time now, Sienna. You have the best chance of stopping her once and for all. Nyrissa, huh? I've been itching to tear the petals off that flower for quite a while. Sounds a little rapey, but alright. What do we know of the Thousand Voices and what awaits us there? Many beasts serve Nyrissa, and you would be hard-pressed to find more dangerous ones. She has even created some semblance of one of the Tane, the eldest is chained beast. You must prepare to meet all of these monsters along your way, either in the Thousand Voices or in the First World. Should we make it there? I think we'll also find Jabberwocky. I think that's what it was. We saw one in her dream. It was a lesser one that beat her and her sisters. So you're probably gonna find one of those too. Excuse us. Will you travel with us, Avindra? Yes, of course. My duty now is to fight the evil that is enslaved in Irissa, but I will not be traveling the typical way with you. You are aware that creatures of the First World return to life in their homeland if they die somewhere in the bloom. The bloom is especially strong, yes? I'll find such a place and end my life there, thus returning to the First World. I'll meet you there. This way, I'll be able to bypass the portal guards, learn more of Naris's plans, make preparations. Death is not a pleasant prospect, and it will take much of my strength, but it could give us a significant advantage. Take care, and wish me luck. Okay, so if she betrays us, this is going to be where she does it. Narissa has tormented my kingdom and all of the stolen lands for too long. It's our turn now. A ruler's duty is to end their kingdom's afflictions, and our duty is to follow you, Sienna. Yes, that green creep's haunted us for too long. Time to trade places. Seems we have a promising expedition in the depths of the First World ahead of us. If in the course of our research we render a dozen monsters and one particularly annoying nymph to compost, all the better. We'll be fine. We'll return and throw a huge feast, and we'll celebrate for a whole month, and then another, and then on the next month. We'll just do nothing but rest. I'll finish my book, and they'll read it all across Galarian, and I don't know what then, but it'll be even better. Got some visitors before the end of this episode. Your Honor, I am so happy to be allowed to speak to the Queen in person. I'm sorry if I sound clumsy. I'm just a common woman. Don't know no courtesies. I'm Dries Steinbag, head of the mining crew. I only troubled you to make you a business offer. We're good at finding ore. We've been hoping to dig for ore in the river kingdoms, but there are local laws. Hasn't been easy, you could say. We were about to head out north, but then we heard about your highness. Aren't we lucky? The most criminal lands of the river kingdoms are now full of order and peace, so I decided to try my luck out here. Your highness, allow us to set up a camp in your domain. It'll be safe under your protection, and you'll benefit from it too. If we discover an ore deposit, we can start mining. Just help us find a spot of land. We're no cheats. We'll do the right thing and sign whatever agreement you got. What do you say? Is it a yes? What are you looking for? Well, we got to dig in before we know for sure, but I expect we'll find anthracite and iron ore here. Besides, Numeria is not far away. Who knows what could have fallen from the skies long ago. We could even strike adamantine and be rich. Okay. You have no reason to prohibit you anything. Respect the local laws and you'll be welcome anywhere in my kingdom. Thank you, Your Highness. It won't be any trouble for you to assign us a location. After that, there's nothing to worry about. Our bookkeeper will work out all the details with your advisor. It's a deal. I'll be on my way then. Thank you again, Your Highness. We'll set off to work as soon as we finish the camp. Well, take care now. Anything else? Yep. That's Lindsay and the Storykeeper. Your Highness, after sustained fighting, the Wild Hunt has finally retreated. We were successfully able to protect the kingdom, but the price we paid was dear. Still, our victory gives me hope. Another attack awaits, though. I doubt it will come soon. I have a feeling that Narissa won't hold back this time. It will be the most terrible blow yet. I only hope we can survive it. The way I see it, we've had enough of being afraid of her. If Narissa wants to attack us herself, then let her come. But she won't, will she? She's going to hide from us, tucked away in the First World until the bitter end. I suggest we deal with her army here, then move immediately to counterattack, before she musters the strength for another invasion. In any case, first we will have to repel the attack. This will be a difficult battle. We shouldn't underestimate the enemy, especially one as cunning as Narissa.
It was time to meet the real mistress of the Stolen Lands. The one who'd been pulling the strings to create and destroy kingdoms for ages now.
Alright. But we're gonna end the episode here. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.